we're in a moment where it comes together, and the first practical project is what happens to these videos. So you can share them. Please share them to other people that are going to try to get involved with projects that involve defining a new higher order economy, how we can reach it. Yeah, seizing the means of production. No, we're going to create the new means of production. There's my thread. And not have to be, because the high synthesis, there's all this talk from the 5D of the one mind and how it all comes together. And yet you have, because there's a lot of liberal energy, shall we say, left energy amongst the 5D, what I was calling Buddhite, the non-theistic metaphysics that talks about the one source, which are seen as real. But they get liberal about it, and then they say, yeah, the one mind, let's all join together and point at the elites who are evil. Uh-huh. Okay, where's your one mind thing? Where's the oneness of it? And the elites are none other than some of us who have been effective at mastering this crazy system. And it's not crazy. You can see clearly how it would happen from the natural incentive in a big system when the the building blocks are everyone in it for themselves. How is it not going to be some kind of a mafia? You're going to have mafias versus established, quote unquote, governments that are backed up by more mafia and cabal and everybody trying to self-serve. And you got the mafias because the only way to really further as humans in a society is to work together. So working together gets subverted into like, the cabals were going to like, or, once you recognize you're working together, you can do it intelligently. That's what co-ops are. Communities used to be, tribes used to be even more effectively in terms of comprehensive resource base. And we're in a place where we can talk about it intelligently and design it as venture capitalists. I had a vision in 75 when I was at Harvard before I dropped out. And I'll admit it, instead of go to lunch with all these valedictorians, Harvard, it was a nerdy place. I hung out at MIT and dropped out a little bit later after this. But in 75, I had a really tight vision where a corporation in 75 has a committee meeting where they realize, if we keep going this way of just exploiting all the resources and going for maximum profit and not really caring about externalities, including waste, but also including the misery of our employees and all this other stuff, the collateral damage to whatever we're doing to people's, if we go along this way, the committee said, in 50 years, it's all going to crash or start coming apart or being real, toxic. What do? So they envisioned, well, let's imagine an alternative way of approaching all these benefits from a less backstabby, a more cooperative approach. And who do we need to send as personnel into a valley that had all the necessary resources? And they realized we got to invite